Well, Singapore is celebrating the strides made in women's development with a new roving exhibition by the Ministry of Social and Family Development. And from now until September, visitors can track Singapore's progress in building a fairer and more inclusive society. For more, we're joined by Junie Foo. She's president of the Singapore Council of Women's Organisations. Junie, it's good to see you and thank you for joining us. Junie, first off, you know, how we live, how we work, there is constant change, constant challenge to adapt to that. What does a fairer and more inclusive society look like in today's changing context as we work towards this future?
Well, I think if you look at the exhibition, you can see really how the lives of Singaporean women have improved over the years and how much more we are contributing to the economy. So I'm really quite happy with the white paper and all the recommendations. I thought it was very comprehensive, and this exhibition is very timely as well. It shows the history, where we were, where we are now, and where we're heading to. I hope if you have the time, please go and visit that exhibition as well.
I'd love to see the exhibition, Junie, and I think you're right. We have made so much progress. We've made a lot of strides in women's development since the Women's Charter of 1961, but you know, let's agree, there are still these gaps that we need to work on. Which areas, though, Junie, could we potentially see more progress in with the right guidance?
Well, I was looking through the white paper. I mean, it is comprehensive, but obviously the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And I'm really looking forward to how organizations intentionally work with the recommendations and implement them. So flexi working arrangements. So how many organizations after this will, go to the human resource department to say, let's do something about it. Let's get started. I know COVID has helped, ironically. A lot of us were able to work from home. We have more flexible working hours. Bosses are not looking at you being at your desk all the time. They look at the quality of your work, the productivity, and whether you deliver on the work. So it's not about sitting at your desk anymore. And I think this really suits the working women, the working mother very well. And so I am very interested to see how organizations who are enablers for women to succeed implement this in the course of the next year, the next 1.5 years. And we have to do pulse checks, because if we don't, it's just going to be on paper. It's just a white paper. So I really look forward to the implementation and the execution of the recommendations.
Yeah, and Junie, this hybrid work arrangement that many of us got used to, there can be some pitfalls to that as well. This expectation that more of the burden perhaps might be carried by women who are at home, perhaps taking care of an elderly member of the family, maybe having to take care of kids more than their male counterparts. So it is a whole of society effort, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. So we have to set our boundaries as well. And I think the role of the caregiver probably has to be looked into quite a bit more, Singapore being an aging society. And so we have to look after the caregiver, who traditionally would be the female. But I must say that there are organizations, and I think there's this awareness that caregiving is agender. Men and women should care for their elders.
Junie, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us about the development of inclusivity for women in society, and thank you for all the good work that you do at SCWO. Junie Foo, they're president of the Singapore Council of Women's Organisations.